It all began as a simple hobby, but soon turned into a life-altering adventure driven by my passion for creating. Little did I know that this passion would become the driving force behind my decision to pursue art full-time.
Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I have this painting here that I really love. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on in different sections. I figured I could take smaller sections of this painting and turn them into its own mini painting. So I have these mini canvases. They're 4x4s, and I got these beautiful frames for them. And I was just trying to think of what to do with them. And I wanted to build some type of collection. I've never done a collection before, so I feel like this would be a great practice to do. So these are the frames that I got. They're floater frames, and it's really beautiful. And I was looking at this painting and I realized, okay, you know what? If I can grab some of these interesting details, it would really look nice with this frame since it's gold and black. And the theme here, there's a lot of like gold and black happening here. What I'm going to do is just take this frame mat and put it in different sections of this painting to see what looks interesting and to see what composition kind of grabs my attention. So right here, I think this looks really nice. I think right here would be good. And I think that this is a really good activity to do. And then also to just kind of just flip it around. Yeah, this looks really nice here. So doing this for me, it helps me get a better sense of composition. I'm using this matte frame as a viewfinder and putting it on the painting to look at the details up close, just focusing on that. In my mind, it makes me see how I can make a stronger composition by doing this. I don't think I'm going to work on the easel since these canvases are really small, so it's going to be kind of hard. I do have a table that I can work on, so I'm going to do that.
Like many aspiring artists, I found myself at a crossroad. I had a deep passion for art, but I was unsure how to turn it into a viable career. Working in the corporate world took a toll on my mental health, and I yearned for something more fulfilling. That's when the dream of becoming a full-time artist began to dance in my mind. Initially, I contemplated the idea of attending art school, but as I delved into research and sought advice from experienced artists, I discovered a different perspective. It became clear that art school wasn't the only path to success. In fact, many artists emphasize the significance of understanding the business side of art. It was also suggested that studying at an atelier school could provide a valuable foundation. Eventually, circumstances led me to enroll in a few classes at the Art Students League of New York City. It was an incredible experience, surrounded by fellow artists and guided by mentors who refined my artistic eye. Spending those 6 months studying at the atelier opened my eyes to new possibilities. I continued my learning journey through online classes and independent exploration. As I transitioned into working from home as an independent contractor, I soon discovered the significance of discipline and routine. It became clear that I needed to create a schedule and stick to it. Unfortunately, I wasted valuable time indulging in distractions, which led to complacency and a loss of confidence in my abilities.
So I finished working on painting the mini canvases based off of this painting. They came out really beautiful, and I learned so much by doing this activity. Here's one of them. This one is one of my favorites. I think it came out really nice, really beautiful. I also like this one. This one's really nice as well. And I will say that this one is probably my favorite. I really love this one. I think doing this project really gave me a better understanding and sense of how to approach a collection once I start delving into that realm. It was fascinating to see how much ideas I was able to get based off of one painting. I think that this is a really good experiment to do, especially if you're learning how to create composition, create stronger compositions in abstract work. Reason being is that now you can take information from one bigger piece, put it in a smaller piece, take information from another, put it in another, and then kind of build upon it, build on it in order for it to look cohesive. And that's what I did. That's what I was doing with it. And I really love the way that it came out. In fact, I want to take one of the smaller paintings and turn it into a bigger size painting. I'm probably going to use this one because this one is one of my favorites. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this painting as a reference and take one of these canvases that I have here that I gessoed over and take this and now transfer it over to this one. I think that by doing this will really help you develop your style and also help you understand composition, because now looking at it, it's now clicking in my head and it's like, oh wow, okay, because now I've kind of like, I don't have a lot of space to work with on a mini canvas, and so I really have to be intentional with where I'm placing my darks, where I'm placing my lights, and where I'm putting my embellishments. I also know for myself, one thing I need to work on is trying my best to make my work a little less busy. When I'm honest about my paintings, I've noticed that there's some areas that might be a little bit too busy and I'm not leaving enough breathing room, or I'm not leaving enough negative space or a space for the eye to rest. Now, when I'm doing like abstract sunsets, for me it's easier to do that, to create a spot where the eye could rest. Now when I'm painting all over, like doing something like this is called an all over composition. When I'm doing that, I have a hard time doing this. That's one thing that I want to work on, is in order to make my work look more mature. One of my goals is to get gallery representation and also get licensing deals. So that's why I've been diligently working on finding my style and establishing my look, so that now when people look at my work, they can say, okay, yeah, that's a Tarra Lu's piece. So I wanted to see how, with the floater frames, because I've never actually used the floater frames before. So here it is, and then I put them like this. And it has like this whole installation kit, so I'm gonna have to like install the things on the back, the wiring and all of that in order to mount them. Now I'm not gonna do that today. I'm not gonna do that yet, because we are moving into a bigger space next month. So I'm really excited about that. So once we move, I'll start working on this project and framing these mini pieces and put them in my studio.
During that challenging period, doubts began to creep in. I questioned if I had made a mistake by not attending art school, and I even began to doubt the possibility of success as a self-taught artist. But here's what I learned. It was never about being self-taught or not. The true challenge was cultivating the right mindset. Art and business are deeply intertwined, and success requires a harmonious relationship between the two. I learned that by finding harmony between the two, I could truly thrive as an artist. But let me tell you, working on your mindset is not always easy. It takes effort and self-reflection. It means being intentional with your time, creating a supportive environment, and connecting with other creatives who uplift and inspire you. Don't fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others, and don't be discouraged if your friends or family don't fully understand or support your passion. Your art is a calling, a profound relationship that you nurture and grow. During this transformative period, I made the decision to start a YouTube channel. At first, it was a leap of faith, but it became a pivotal step. Through this channel, I found a platform to share not only my art, but also my experiences, my struggles, and my growth as a self-taught artist. You see, YouTube isn't just a creative outlet, it's a lifeline. It allows me to connect with fellow artists and like-minded individuals who share my passion. It provides a space for me to document my progress, share my insights, and build a supportive community. I realize that it isn't just about my art, it's about the beautiful journey we are all on together.
Hello, so I am almost done with this painting and I just need to add another coat and also brighten up some of the colors. I feel like some of the colors aren't as vibrant as I would love them to be. I need to add my reds and some other colors, but I'm really happy with how it came out and I'm really glad that I did this activity. This is probably going to be the last painting that I do in this studio space. So I am grateful for even having a space to work in and to really delve into my craft. Looking back, I wish that I was more confident in myself, and I wish that I didn't waste time being distracted and just being insecure about my work, and also not dedicating more time into my craft and showing myself on social media. I also wish that I started my YouTube channel a lot sooner. So these are some of the things that I look back and I'm like, gosh, I wish that I did. The development that's happened and having this space and seeing how this space transformed, I am just appreciative and grateful for all of that. When I decided that I should start a YouTube channel, I was really nervous about it. It took me 2 years to finally turn on the camera. And when I did, I was just showing time-lapse videos. I wasn't showing myself. And then I took a break from that, from recording videos for YouTube. And then I came back where it was like, okay, I'm going to treat YouTube a lot different now. And it's been a great journey. It's been extremely enlightening, rewarding. One thing that I was hesitant about was the fact that I don't have a big space. I don't have a YouTube studio. I don't have a crew. I don't have an editor. I don't have an assistant. I don't have a cameraman. So I was kind of insecure about that. I was kind of nervous about how it was going to be received here on YouTube, because there are people here on this platform who have more expensive equipment. They have a bigger space, and they have a space where they were able to design it a certain way, like a TV production. And this morning I was watching this video. I won't mention the name of the YouTube channel, but it's a really popular YouTube channel where this person talks about YouTube strategies and how to grow on the platform. And when I would watch it here and there, and I thought that the person who was the face of the channel, I thought that first of all that this was this person's channel. I also thought that he was just recording in his living room or his basement. And here he is talking about how to grow on YouTube, giving these different strategies. And a few weeks ago, he revealed that he has a whole crew. There's a whole crew, number one. And number two, it wasn't his channel. He was just the face of the channel. So he decided to go on his own separate way and started his own channel, and he explained what was going on. I bring this up because a lot of people in the comments were saying that they felt deceived because they thought that it was his channel and they thought that he was just recording in his living room or his basement. They had no idea that there was just a whole production. So people were saying that this whole time they had hope and they were inspired by him, thinking like, oh man, if he can do it, I can do it. Not realizing that he was able to grow the channel in a quick amount of time because there was a whole crew. Don't be discouraged by the numbers that you see on people's channels. Don't be discouraged by what you see, because if they don't tell you, you won't know. You won't know if it's a whole full production. You won't know if they have a team, because in order to build momentum in your business, you have to have a team. And if you don't have a team, it's gonna take more time for you to grow. And I don't say this to discourage you from starting a business or from even starting your YouTube channel. What I'm saying is, give yourself time, give yourself grace, be patient, and enjoy the process along the way. Also, just keep the vision that you have in mind and just know that someday you'll be able to hire people. Someday you'll be able to have a team, but do what you can in that moment, in the moment that you're in. Also, don't be ashamed or be discouraged by your space. Show us what your space looks like. Like, I feel like this platform needs more people to be authentic and be transparent about where they are in their journey. Because a lot of times we don't see people's beginnings. We don't know how they started. We don't know how they got there. We don't know how they got to a point where they had a whole lot of followers, where they had the sponsorships, where they had the brand deals. We don't know. It's just kind of like, okay, they just appeared and then it was, you know, a cooked meal. But that's not the case. We didn't get a chance to see the growth. We didn't get a chance to see all of the steps that they took. And I think that we're living in a time where people are craving that authenticity. People are craving to learn from people who figured it out on their own and now taking that information and sharing it with other people. People aren't looking for information from textbooks anymore. People aren't looking for information from what we've learned from the system that society gave us. People are craving and wanting to know, how are regular people doing this? How are they figuring it out? What are the steps? And that's one thing I want to do with my channel. I want to be as transparent and authentic as possible. Of course, I'm not going to show everything because, yeah, there's some things you want to keep private. There's some things that you want to keep sacred. But in terms of what you want to do, in terms of the type of value that you want to provide for people and helping them on their journey, I think that it's really important to show yourself, to show your craft, to show yourself failing along the way, to show yourself winning along the way. Because yes, it comes with all of that. There's times where you're going to make mistakes. There are times where you're going to fail. There are times where you're going to get back up. There are times where you're going to fall down again. There are times where you're going to get back up and you're going to start winning. Then you're going to enter a consecutive seasons of wins. And I think that it's important for us to just be mindful of that and just keep those goals in mind, the visions that you have for yourself. And if you don't know what that is, take some time to write it down, to figure out what is your goal, what is it that you want to do, what kind of life do you want to have. So if you're in a point of time where you're deciding if you should start a YouTube channel, coming from me, I say yes, just do it. Because when I look back, I wish that I started a lot sooner. I wish that I didn't allow fear to just hold me back, and I wish I didn't have hang-ups on, oh well, I don't have a nice space, I don't have a nice room, I don't have this, I don't have that. Work with what you got. Work with what you got. I do not have fancy equipment. I do not have a film background. I do not have a photography background. I'm just learning as I'm going. And of course I know I'm making mistakes. Of course I know I'm not reaching a lot of people, but I know that eventually that's all going to change. I know eventually I'm going to get it. Yes, I'm in a phase where it's probably still cringeworthy. Even when I'm making my thumbnails or coming up with titles, these all things, they're hard. There's a whole formula with YouTube. And I don't know everything, but I'm still showing up. I'm still being patient. I'm turning on the camera and just showing myself, revealing myself. And I feel like more people like me, more people who look like me need to start YouTube channels. Show what you feel comfortable with showing. If you don't feel comfortable showing your face yet, then don't do that. But I think that at some point you have to get to a point where you are preparing yourself to turn on the camera and to show yourself, because we need that connection. We need a whole different breed of people to come on this platform, because things are changing. A lot of things are changing. A lot of people are losing their jobs. A lot of people are trying to figure it out on their own. A lot of parents are wanting to stay home with their children, but they don't know how. And I feel like YouTube is one of the ways that you can do that. In fact, I believe that everybody should have a YouTube channel, because we all have value. We all have information that we could share with other people. And I want to see more moms, more creative moms on the platform, so I can learn and know, okay, what are they doing? How are they managing? Because I run into a lot of challenges, and there's not a lot of information or a lot of resources out there where I can lean on and learn from. So if you are like me, if there's something where you got, gosh, why didn't she do that? Or say it, tell me in the comments, or say, hey, check out my page, check out my video. I will check it out. As I'm reflecting on the journey that I've had in this room, in this space, and the amount of videos I was able to create, the transformation that happened, not only in this room, but also within myself, within my artistic career. All I can say is just, wow, thank you, God. Thank you, God. And when I think back on what I would have done differently, the first thing that pops in my mind is, I wish I started sooner. I wish I had more confidence in myself. I wish that I dedicated more time on the business side. I wish I dedicated more time on building systems, understanding structures, understanding these things that I was so resistant to learning, where now I'm like, okay, I have to learn it. I have to know this. I have to understand these things in order to flourish, in order to thrive. And I want to bring you along the journey. I feel like it's important for me to show the different steps that's been going on in my artistic career. In my career, I need to stop saying artistic career because of course it's artistic, but I feel like it's important for me to show where I'm figuring it out, seasons of transitions, the seasons of where things aren't working out, the seasons where things are working out. And I just hope that this inspires you to put out more videos if you haven't already, to comment, to engage with your favorite YouTubers, to ask questions. I will be in a whole different space and I'm excited to bring you along the journey.
In this ever-evolving world, it's also essential to explore different avenues to diversify your art career. Seek opportunities to create multiple streams of income, such as collaborations, commissions, or licensing your art. Don't be afraid to reach out to local businesses, organizations, or potential clients. Your art is a valuable gift, and there are people out there who will appreciate and support it. Most importantly, lean on the guidance of a higher power. Develop a strong relationship with your artistry and lean on God for inspiration, strength, and sustenance. Remember, being an artist is not just a career, it's a calling, a divine expression of your unique essence. Trust that God will provide the wisdom and opportunities needed to shape your artistic path. I want to leave you with these words of encouragement. Your artistic path is unique to you, so embrace the process, find your balance, and never underestimate the power of a determined mindset. If you found this video inspirational, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram or TikTok at Tarra Lu Studio. Thank you for your incredible support, and I'll see you soon.